A master of the past decides how the present shall be inscribed. A tome is a tomb. It binds our understanding of the way things are. Those that are chosen to author the official documents get to decide how history shall be remembered. And those that have received the degree of past master in Freemasonry are well aware of this. These are the gatekeepers of information, and they angle the narrative the way that their parent organization wants them to. Above all, this means keeping it devoid of any direct mention of Masonic influence whatsoever. What's interesting is that freedom of speech is implied but not absolute. Many of the figures in our media are allowed to criticize whatever they want so long as they don't mention Freemasonry. As per usual, an oath is pledged when receiving this degree, this time with both hands obscuring the true contents of the Christian Bible. It appears that we kiss the book again as well. We certainly wouldn't want the authors of our society to abstain from literally making out with biblical dogma. As always, total secrecy is strictly enforced. This gesture alludes to having your tongue split from tip to root if you betray the silence of the Brotherhood. It is very important that nothing improper be transmitted to paper. This means keeping the public record sterile. After all, you certainly wouldn't want to reveal any Masonic secrets to the general population. In my experience, when it comes to those that tailor the public record, it seems that they don't necessarily lie as much as they provide the least amount of information possible. For example, they might actually tell you what happened, but they will forego explaining why it happened. Or they will choose their wording very carefully to make something sound much less dramatic than it actually is. Who could forget the fiery but mostly peaceful protests back in 2020? No matter what happens, it seems as if there's always a few past masters that are ready to properly interpret the situation for us. I'm not simply speaking about the press either, we're also talking about judiciary authors and artists in general. Leaving a record of the past isn't necessarily malevolent or deceptive, as musicians like the Beatles have demonstrated. What's interesting is that looking up the Bible verse that's attached to this degree tells us that ungodly rulers are to be punished. These are, of course, the false rulers and their crooked measures that have lorded over us since time immemorial. Unfortunately, whether or not divine justice will actually be delivered remains to be seen.